Hello everyone, welcome to our last episode of Timeless Memories of Vintage Hop. I have had so much fun doing this. A little late putting mine out today, but for a reason. What I did today was totally different than what I had planned to do. Honestly, I had planned on doing a Dwell Your Lace book in vintage Christmas style. However, I realized I did not have enough lace and doilies and that kind of stuff to do it with, so I had to switch gears midstream. But I have to tell you, what I created, and I loved all my projects that I did. I think they came out beautiful. But this might be my favorite because, well, you'll see in a minute. Let me show you what I used. Now, I don't have my Vintage Photo ink out, but I did use Vintage Photo. I actually used my Ladybug Memento Dewdrop. I used some khaki paint. I don't have it out, but I also used some that white stuff that you paint on beforehand. Gesso, my word. I used some of this lace. This is a lace that I picked up from a thrift store, I don't know, a few months ago. And it's about the only stuff I got left after this vintage hop. So I'm have to go thrifting or something. I used some of my Walmart lace. I used these doilies. And I was going to use these doilies, but I quickly found out they weren't very good for a book. But I used some of these. I used one of these. It's the only one I got left, and I love these. They're so cute. And I used some of mine. Now, this is one of the ones. Now, this is the lavender one I have, but I used one in off-white. And I have to tell you, thank you, Lori Seabrook. Hi, bestie. She taught me how to crochet these flowers. And I'm so happy. And I just learned how to make a 5 and 6 point hibiscus flower, and I'll be sharing with those with you in another video. I also used some of this little tiny trim here. I got everything packaged up. I used some of my little yo-yo flowers with the little pearls in them. I used some of these mixed pink flowers that I got from Wild Orchid Crafts, and Wild Orchid Crafts is still in business. I don't know why or what happened, but they still are in business. And this is MKX368, if anybody's interested in it. Then I used some Wild Orchid Craft poinsettia parts, and this is MKX222 and MKX204. And they sent me these 2 years ago, and I did a project with them, and I had that many left over. It was just great value for that. Then I used some of this off-white pearl trim. I know it seems like I'm using a lot, doesn't it? Then I used some of this. This was gifted to me by my good friend Virginia Story, and I'm so grateful that I had it. So she gave me some of this. I had some from Creative Homage, and I used it all on ornaments and stuff that I made. Whoops, here's some more little tiny ones that go in here. I also used some of these doilies. I think just one. I used some of the poinsettia stickers. And I used this one sticker off the Stickabilities. I think I got this about 2 years ago. Vintage Christmas thing here. Christmas traditions. So, with all those supplies, would you like to see what I made? I'm so excited about this. I made Christmas ornaments. Oh my gosh, let me just show you one by one. Okay, so this is the first one that I did. And I just love how these came out. So what I did on this one is I cut the center out of the doily and put it over the top of the thing. Well, first I painted it this khaki color. And one of these I did not gesso. It might have been this one. And you do need to gesso these things because they will not hold paint. And yes, I could have poured them inside the ball. But because this was such a last minute decision, I didn't have time to wait for all that to dry. So, I'm not a patient waiter anyway. So, I painted it, and then I put this doily here on top, and then I used that pearl trim around here, and then I used a little bit of trim. I cut a piece of trim off the lace, this lace right here. I cut the little top part off and put that around there. Then I used my yo-yo flowers around the ball. And then I used my Dollar Tree lace to make a little hanger. And then here's that one sticker that I used from that one pack. And then the poinsettia stickers on the front. And then I put one on the back. And then here's the little mini doily that I used. And I put one of my wild orchid roses on here. Now what I did was with these, I took my Distress ink and I just went through and I aged up all the edges of the flower, so it makes it look more vintagey. And I just think this came out so adorable. Now, I will not be giving these away, or I should say I won't be giving them away. It all depends. My good friend Gareth, hi Gareth, is doing Victorian Christmas next year, and I'm giving him first dibs at them, because he and I trade a lot. So then here is my next one. Now I have to say this might look more shabby than vintage Victorian, but I love it anyway. So what I did, here is one of my own doily things that I made. I slipped that over the top. I did the same thing with these flowers, is that I edged them with the vintage photo. And then you can see the pearl trim right up underneath there. It's got lots of little layers under it. Then it has the doily, and then underneath the doily it has a layer of lace, then another layer of lace, and then another layer of lace. So it has about 3 layers of lace on it. And then on the bottom, I have another one of my little mini doilies that I made. And one of my little yo-yo flowers with a pearl in the middle of it. And I just think this came out so cute. Yes, it's probably more shabby than vintage, but it still looks vintage to me. So that's the second one I did. Then the third one I did, I love too, is this one. And I love how it turned out. So on this one, what I did, I used that little, that other doily like this. Cut the center out, slipped it over. Then I used that tiny little beaded trim around the top here. And then I took some of this, formed a little ring, and put it on top of this. I love that. And I went back and looked through history and stuff like this, and you can see like these stickers are very vintagey, and it's got the little greenery stuff on it. So I did that. Then underneath this is a row of the lace. And then this is a sticker that I hot glued actually on here. It's decoupaged of the little hollyberry vine with a little bird, and I have a little made with love right here on it. And then I have 2 of the little poinsettia stickers here, and then I have one for the back. Kept it pretty simple. And then on the bottom side I have this beautiful poinsettia, and what I did was I went over the poinsettia with vintage photo, and then I went over it with my red, and I used my makeup sponge, and I just went over it like that. I wanted it to look like it was worn, and that's why I didn't complete it. Like, you know, it's not totally red. It looks like maybe the red's wearing off or whatever. And then I put one of those pearl little flower centers in the middle with that one. So, and I did the same thing with the Dollar Tree, used to hang up. So I love this one. And then the last one I did was pretty simple. I made a little one here. And so all I did was I used this flower trim that looks like this and went around the side here. And then I stuck one in the middle, and then I went around with that pearl trim on the very top of it. And then I just used a couple poinsettia stickers here and here. And then on the bottom, I made a tiny little ring. And then I used my distressed ink, distressed the little rose, and put it on the bottom. Because I know on vintage ornaments and stuff, they usually have hangy stuff. I didn't have any dangle lace or anything, so I just improvised. And then, of course, I used my Dollar Tree lace to make my little loop for it. But I still think these came out darling. I absolutely adore them. And I hope you like them as well. So that is my project for this week. And it took me a little while to do everything, but I think it was well worth it. So let me know what you think in the description box. Leave a comment. And don't forget that I am giving away my pocket fan and my flip book that I created, and probably maybe some other little goodies. I may give one of these away, whatever Gareth doesn't want. I may include that in my giveaway, but I don't know. I'm in love with these. And all you have to do for my giveaway is to watch everybody's video and leave a comment. And leave a comment on mine for sure. And then in about a week, I will do a separate video announcing the winners. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go all 5 videos and write down the names on the first videos. And then on the second video, I'll cross-reference those names. And anybody that's not on the second video will get marked off the list. And then the third video, the same thing. So make sure that you watch all 5 videos of mine. Make sure that you're a subscriber and you have subscribed to everybody else's channel. And if you are the winner, I will be checking. So that's it, guys. Make sure you go watch all the other participants in this hop. They are doing some beautiful work. So I will see you all soon. Bye.